And how many text messages is, on average, how often are brands sending out text messages? Is there a campaign? Is that something you guys look at, or is that so different for everybody?
We look at it obsessively. Yeah. It's so different for everyone. We're seeing it. The best practice today is in reflection of the marketing calendar and the merchandising strategy of that brand. Yeah. People have a good reason to send a text out every day. They're doing that. Fashion brands and apparel brands can send a much higher volume of messages than home goods. Yeah. Right. Just because, we get an email from Gap every day and it's totally normal. Yeah. There's just so much selection. Yeah. And I think it's the same for campaign strategy.
Okay. That makes sense. That's the same thing with email. At Native, we always struggled with reasons to send out emails. We're we got to we have to be clever about a reason to market to you. And when I see True Classics sending out text messages where they're 10% off navy blue joggers only, I'm like, wow, you guys you can do this all day.
You can do it all day and they see the return from it.
Yeah. Okay.
Most brands today are undersending.
Most brands today are undersending.
They're undersending because there's been a huge shift in the ecosystem towards efficiency and cost cutting, which I think is good and healthy, but it's led to a bit of an overcorrection in SMS in particular, where when we do these incrementality studies on a one-off basis with brands, the group where normally it's there's a control group not getting any text, there's one getting the prior cadence, and then there's a super sending group, and that group by far and away drives the most return. So most brands are undersending.
And are most brands segmenting text messages so that they're when you launch a campaign, is it one text to everybody, or are most brands segmenting those campaigns?
Most brands are segmenting.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha. Is your largest customer spending more than 6 figures a year with you?
Yes.
Wow. Is anyone spending 7 figures?
Yes.
On texts?
Yes.
Wow.
There's people with big lists who invest in list growth who send a lot of texts. And the other thing is that lists are still really small, right? Compared to email, SMS lists are still really small, just because people have been not only defaulting to email collection, but also gathering email for so many more years. So lists are going to continue to grow.